In the middle of this week, I was thinking about what our next faith moment would be. What is faith? How do you represent it? I like doing these because you have to really think about what kinds of things can be used as visual lessons, parables, images to represent faith. And this week I was kind of stricken with this. A window. As a representation of faith. This beautiful window, as you stand in front of it, you can see through it. But you cannot see distinctly on the other side because it's opaque. Right? Translucent. Thank you. Opaque is clear. Yeah. Because it is not completely revealed, because it's not completely visible, you know that something's out there. You can see shade, you can see color, you can kind of see shape. But unless you've been there, you don't really know what's there. You can see that that's green and you can assume that that's grass. But it might be an emerald lake. You can assume that those pink things out there at a distance might be bushes and trees. But for all we know, those are mansions. We don't know, looking through the eye of faith, exactly what's over there unless somebody goes over there and comes back. Now what happens is when people have visions, dreams, or die and come back, oftentimes they go there and they come back and they give us a story. And they say there's trees and there's grass and there's lakes and there's this and there's that. And we look through the window of their explanation, believing what they said was there. That's our faith looking at the window of what they said. But our experience hasn't yet arrived there. So I know by looking at the window and the fact that I can see shape on the other side that there's a real place on the other side. There's a real thing I'm going to, even if I cannot see that thing right now fully. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not quite seen. And if you can pray thinking in terms of this kind of a window, instead of a wall or a door or a barrier or brass heavens or any of these other cliches that come up for why I can't get over there, you'll be a step closer to exercising your faith because you'll take the Word, which I meant to grab and bring with me, your Bible, and you'll read it, which is the report of them who have been there, and you'll look through it, your little translucent window, and say, okay, so there's probably some mansions over there. There's probably some lakes over there. There's probably and there's luminescence of the Lord, and there's the light that lights the city, and and all of that will become clearer later because it hasn't entered into the heart of man yet exactly what the Lord has prepared for him. But he is revealing it a little bit at a time in the Spirit, but through a glass rather dimly, through a reflection not quite polished enough, not quite clear enough for us. When the day comes when we get to the other side, we'll be able to look back at the window of faith and go, I did have it right, but man, I never saw this magnitude. And that will be the reward of your faith for exercising your faith down here. So continue to look at the beautiful window. Continue to look through the beautiful window at the color and shapes that you are told. And exercise your faith that one day you'll go out that door to the other side of where the window's looking and see exactly what your faith was hanging on to. And it'll be far greater than than that which you had in your faith now, that you're hanging on to now. But what you have now is sufficient to know that on the other side of the window is a really glorious place.